Hey guys, what's up? This is Asher. Today is Thursday, and this is my partner slash fiance, Megan. And I'm gonna start this video off with a disclaimer. Um, Today I am really dysphoric and depressed, frustrated, feeling a whole bunch of ways that are pretty crappy. And so you're gonna see that in my answers, in my talking, and actually I think that's a pretty raw place to come from. She's obviously affected by it, if you can't tell. So that's good. That's. I mean, it's not good, but it's good. It's good because then maybe you guys out there in relationships will see um, how hard it really is. Because a lot of times I hear the question, "Who started transitioning once they were already in a relationship, and did it last?" And blah 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 blah. We are Jesus Christ, 2 years and
2.5 years in a couple days.
2.5 years in a couple days together. And when um, when we started dating, I was female presenting. I had not come out as trans, and I hadn't really. I had just barely started dealing with it. Maybe on my own, like right when we start, like maybe like right like our relationship and my dealing with it, like they just at the same time. So I was presenting as female and identifying as lesbian, because that's what I knew. It was just that simple. I was like, I like girls, so and I didn't get into any of the gender bullshit until I was already with this person. And I didn't bring it up to her for a while, for like
About 3 months.
into the relationship.
Yeah.
But I didn't come out at that point.
No, he sort of introduced it as, hey, so I kind of thought about doing drag, and I want to start using men's body wash, and I want to start, like, putting wax on my face and using tea leaves to create a beard. And I remember just being very confused and thinking, where is this coming from? Because when I first met him and he was identifying as female and presenting, or identifying as a lesbian and presenting as a female, he was very feminine. And so I was just completely floored with this new, hey, this is what I want to do. And so I kind of remember flipping out a little bit about it.
Well, okay, but that is like more a little bit later, because like this didn't all happen in one day. And one day I didn't go, I'm gonna do drag and I'm gonna put tea leaves on my face and cut my hair all off and do all this. Like what happened was, like, I was like, we were shopping and I was like, oh, smell this body wash, don't you like it? And I like put it in the cart, and like her face was just like, that's a man's body wash. And I remember thinking,
And I said, no, I don't like it.
and I was like, well, do you like this one or do you like this one? And basically she did not like anything that had
Nothing
to do with male at that point. And it really wasn't that she didn't like it, I don't think.
No, because I love it now.
Like, it was just
Sometimes
at the moment.
I even steal your stuff.
Yeah, she uses my stuff, but I mean, but yeah, it was not good. So that made me back off a lot. Now, she didn't know it, but I had called a couple gender hotlines at the time, and been like, help, I don't know what to do. And so they were like, well, you got to be who you are, and da 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 da. And I was like, I don't even know who I am. So this was the period of trying to figure out like who I was, and I was going on Tumblr and YouTube and finding other trans guys. And I was like, is it he cool? Is it he? Don't you love what he's doing? Like, wouldn't his penis, like, because I was showing, like, I was finding what would happen when you were like on testosterone, and your growth down below, and like the hair and just the body changes and the voice changes. And I was like, wow, what do you think I would sound like with that voice? And um, at some point I quit shaving my armpits before I even came out.
Before you even cut your hair.
Before I even cut my hair, I just quit shaving my armpits, like just bam. And then I quit shaving my legs, and then I just cut my hair.
I'm sorry, I was just remembering the night that you cut your hair. I was at work, and you didn't tell me that you cut your hair. And he shows up to pick me up from work, and I didn't recognize him at all.
Well, it was still pretty feminine.
Yeah, well, you kind of looked like Tegan.
I did. I looked like Tegan from Tegan and Sarah. I had it all shaved everywhere except for the side, and it was curly, and it was like badass, no joke. But then a little bit later, was it after I came out that I decided to just say, fuck it and cut it off, or was it before that?
Well, it was when we moved to Asheville, and so it was after.
I didn't come out before we moved to Asheville.
No, I meant after.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
After we moved to Asheville.
Okay.
And after you had your breakdown on the floor.
Okay, no. Now, wait, okay, I did. I had a breakdown on the floor. I was crying and freaking out, and I was like, I just thought this would go away. This being dysphoria, but I didn't realize that, and so it didn't go away. And but let's backtrack real quickly, because keep in mind we're at 7 minutes right now.
Okay.
Okay, and I think we could go like 13 to 15, but that's
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, all this time I was introducing things. I had quit shaving and all this stuff, and so it was a process. But every time it was a little bit more, her face would just the space, and I was just like. So, what would you think if my voice was to drop? And don't you think that, if my trigger warning anatomy words clit would be like that, like a dick, like oh, it'd be so cool to have a mini dick. Don't you think, like, if I had a dick, like, oh, I bet it would be big, and and would you like that? Would you like that? What if I had, like, the smell and, like, like, what if that was me? Like, what do you think of that? And you're like, that face. And so I dropped it because I was just like, okay. And then we moved here, and I kept having breakdowns, but I hit it pretty well. Maybe not. And then we were in the car one day. We were sitting right there, and I don't remember what exactly I said. Go ahead. Like, I'm sorry.
I don't remember what you said. I just remember losing my shit. Like, I
basically said I'm trans.
Yeah.
In so many ways.
And then I had a breakdown. And I was like, what? My life is over. This isn't fair. We were supposed to have this and this and this and this and this, and we had a life planned, and that's all gone, and it's over, and you're going to be a completely different person, and I don't know if I'm going to like that person, and what if you don't like me, and when do I have to come out as straight, and when do I have to do all these things, and how am I supposed to tell people?
What if you're gay?
Yeah.
Like, towards men.
That was a huge fear of mine, that he would be gay.
And no lie, I'm attracted to men now.
But so am I.
Yeah, but like as a man, like I could never be with a guy presenting as like female. I could never, like, as a guy, as the guy that I am. Yeah, all right, perhaps I've never been like with a guy, as a guy, but and anyway, I like girls still a lot. But so she freaked out.
I did.
And got really angry. And
I was not supportive at all.
And it was scary because I was alone. And I was watching videos like every day on YouTube. And
I was in a very selfish place.
And then I had, like, I don't know what changed, but
I don't know what changed either. I just remember one day I think I had just gotten home from work, and he was sitting there and he just broke down completely. Like, he never has really cried a whole lot, but he was crying and he was just laying on the floor and was like, "It's not going away." And I took a deep breath and I said, "Well, honey, it's not ever going to go away. You need to fill out the paperwork to go to the clinic." And so he did, and then
I started on hormones, and I've been on, Tuesday will be 10 months on hormones, on testosterone, and a lot of fears for going on testosterone from her was like, she thought I was going to smell bad.
but he smells amazing.
Okay. Like, she'll put her face in my armpit, like I'll be holding it. Don't you do that. And like I'll hold her at night and she'll just go, like, I don't know, just like my actual like pheromone smell mixed with like deodorant or whatever. Like, okay, like, because you have a scent as a female and you have a scent as a male and you have your own scent as a person, and she likes it. I mean, not a stinky smell. Like, if you
No.
guys smell, you need to go take a shower, but even at your cleanest, you
It's-
have a scent, you know?
Yeah,
And
it's
so,
just a very
me.
fresh, manly smell.
Yeah. So that's okay. And like the voice drop, and like what happened? Like what, like, I don't know, talk.
About your voice changing?
No, just
or
like, just
in
now.
general?
Just now. Like,
I think that I personally did just a complete 180 turnaround when it came to Asher's transition. I can't imagine him not transitioning anymore. I honestly don't know that we would still be together if he didn't, in a way, just because, well, I feel like he would still be even more dysphoric than he already is, and that just wouldn't be good. But I love all the changes that I've seen, and I get just as mad as he does at his doctor, because we'll be sitting and he'll say, like, "I don't feel like I've changed enough in this way," and I'm like, "No, I don't think you have either, and I'm gonna talk to her."
at this point, I feel like my changes have been stagnant and the blood work is doing this thing and stuff. So I'm lucky. I'm sorry, there was a fly. That like she goes with me to all my appointments, so she has a voice in that, which is important. And you know, I actually barely came out to my parents right before I started hormones. I was like, yeah, so I'm going Tuesday to start hormones and become the man that I am. And my mother was like, what? You know, I didn't get to see the face because it was on the phone, but, and that was the thing. And now they've come and visit and seen this, and they're like much more supportive of like me getting top surgery and stuff like that, whereas before they were not. It took you like 5 or 6 months after I was on hormones before
No.
she would. How long?
3 months.
3 months. Bella, go away.
I told my parents in November.
Okay, so like I was on hormones for 3 months before she told her parents at all that I was trans or anything. Like, she was terrified, completely terrified. Bella, go away. And the funny thing is that they are super supportive, like super
Very.
supportive. They like, yeah, they're pretty happy. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's just,
Like, my mom cries when she hears that he's having a bad day.
yeah. So there's that. Okay, so like
So.
with the transitioning and with me being trans and coming out and everything like that, like what's one thing that you like, name some stuff, because we're at 14 minutes over. I think we need to finish. Like, what do you, are you happy? Are you like freaked out? Like,
No.
it's not easy.
It's not easy, but I am happy. I'm a little nervous about when he has surgery, just because he doesn't deal well with being sick, and so I worry, you know, how well he's gonna deal with not being able to be mobile and not being able to play with the dogs like he does, and not being able to, you know, just go and be independent around the house like he is, because he doesn't do well sitting in one place. And so I'm a little scared about, recovery from top surgery when that happens. But otherwise, I love everything that's happening. I love the person that you are and that you are becoming, and I like the changes in myself and the growth in myself,
and we both identify as queer, like
yeah,
just a queer old time.
whatever.
Yeah, like whatever. So, all right, we have to go because like I don't even know if all this will upload. All right, I love you.
All right, love you.
Later, guys. Bye.